Okay, so I have tallied the votes, and you guys have voted to go to page 143. So I'm going to click here and see what happens. Remember, they were asking about whether or not they should um, ford the river, right? Was that what they said? They were whether they should go now or they should wait until the river was lower. Okay, so Pa asked you what you thought. You guys decided that they should ford the river soon instead of waiting until it was lower. Let's go and see. And you think of your patchwork canvas and the rest of the damage the storm has done to your wagon train. You can't risk getting caught in another storm. Maybe by the time the wagons are caulked, the river will have gone down, you say hopefully. Hmm. Pa wipes his spectacles. I'm just afraid of that river doing more damage than we can handle. But if Mr. Mason is already in need of more supplies, it's our duty as leaders to make sure he's taken care of. We need to ensure everyone's safety and well being above all else. You nod. Everyone in the wagon train elected your family to be the captains. You can't let people down. That settles it. Pa turns back to Mr. Mason and Mr. Whitaker. We'll confirm with the other families, but if they agree, we'll caulk the wagons carefully and ford the river as soon as everyone's ready. Mr. Whitaker still doesn't look too pleased with the idea. Are you sure about this, Doctor? Pa nods reluctantly. We need to make it to Big Springs as soon as possible. Quite so, Mr. Mason sighs with relief. Thank you, Doctor. You all return to the wagon corral where Pa gathers the other families to confer about the decision. That's kind of like collaborating. The other families aren't on board with the idea. They will wait. You, the Masons, and the Whitakers will go on to cross the river now. After caulking the wagons, you help Pa control the oxen and carefully wade across the river. At its deepest, the river is nearly above your head. The oxen rear and tug at their ropes in the raging current. The ropes snap, and two of your oxen are carried away by the river. You let out a cry, but it's useless. They're gone. Just keep going, Pa shouts. The riverbed beneath you is murky and thick. Mud seeps into your shoes. One shoe is pulled off as you struggle to cross the other. Uh-oh. I don't like how this is going. No! You hear a wail from Mr. Mason and a loud crack. You glance back to see his second wagon tip over in the current. Supplies and valuables float down the river. By the time the four wagons cross, you've lost several 100 pounds of food, several sets of clothing, and multiple boxes of ammunition. 2 of your 6 oxen are gone. We should have waited, Mr. Whitaker's eyes flash. He's lost his only set of carpentry tools. You swallow hard. You feel as if this is all your fault. Pa frowns. It's too late to lay blame now. We have to keep going. Before Big Springs comes the difficult terrain of an enormous hill called Hogback Ridge, or more infamously, Devil's Backbone. Crossing this steep terrain costs you more time than you anticipated. Your exhausted team of oxen barely makes it up the hill. Big Springs isn't exactly what its name implies. It's hardly more than a church, a small general store, and a few small houses in the town circle. You need supplies and new oxen, but you don't have much left to trade. Should you stock up on food or try to trade for 2 new oxen? If you think we should stock up on food, You need to tell me, circle page 36. If you think we should trade for new oxen, turn to page 57. Okay, so let me know what you think. I don't think this story's going very well. What should we do next? Page 36 or page 57? All right, I'm signing off now. Have a good night.